This is a Danger Entertainment Network podcast. DangerEntertainment.net. Danger Entertainment Network podcast.
Oh, Shania and Bubba discussing their ages. Because Bubba's 13 and Shania's like 100 and
300 and
Bubba's only 13.
78 years old.
Yeah, Shania, how are you, Shania?
Yeah, I'm extremely well, you know.
How old are you? Just out of interest.
But you're asking a lady her age?
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to.
No, that's okay. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I like you.
No, I'm 378 years old.
What?
Yeah. I have seen, the rise and falls of empires in my time.
Mate, I'm only 13.
What, 1300 years old?
No, 13 years old.
You are sort of like a tiny speck of dust in the world?
Oh, what? This is weird.
Yeah, you made it weird by saying you were 13. That's a lie. Tell me it's a lie.
It's not a lie.
It's not a lie.
Happy birthday, Shania.
Oh, Merry birthday to you as well. I give you the biggest of hugs. Here you go.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you're very feathery. I like that. Well, it's more fluffy than feathery. I quite like it. Yeah, it's nice. It's comfy.
Do you like my friendly talons?
Yeah, I do. Yeah. They did not scratch me at all. I was expecting a scratch in that hug, and not a single scratch.
Oh, I could scratch you if you want.
Oh, go on. Yes, right between the shoulder blades.
Oh, here you go.
Oh, that's nice.
What's going on here?
We were just discussing the ages. This would be extremely inappropriate if anything was going on.
Well, no, I never said there was, but now you said that there was. It now makes me suspicious. Now I see you. Now I see you too.
Shania's a bit young for me.
Oh, this one.
How old are you, Bubba?
If you were 100 years older... You see what I did there? Because you're...
I see. Yeah.
Still a bit weird.
Yeah.
Still a bit weird. There's a distinct age gap, I think, there.
There is, but it is so much of an age gap that I think maybe it means nothing.
No. Still an age gap.
But
how old are you again, Bubba?
13.
Still an age gap. Still an age gap.
How old are you?
What?
How old are you?
You know how old I am. I'm
Well,
older
tell me
than the
again.
wind.
I want you to whisper it in me.
Younger than the night. Older than several pebbles I passed on the way here. I run as strong as a stream. I've got fish that are roughly the same age.
You've told me nothing.
Previously on the Danger Club podcast.
Critical hit on Karagor and Folton.
Oh my god. Folton?
I thought you might try and pour the wine down his throat, get him drunk.
That is a classic Drummond plan.
Karagor, remember when you defeated that Drake, then up that snake, cut him up into a steak.
I see you, Snakey.
And you kill the snake.
Yeah.
How has he not been eaten?
He's a true warrior.
I see very, very big things in your future, Daddy Karagor.
The adventure continues now.
You know what I realised the other day, Colin?
What?
It's January now.
Yeah.
This episode's going out. So there are now 3 calendar years that contain episodes of the Danger Club podcast.
3 calendar years.
Yeah. So, I mean, we're not 2 years old yet, but this podcast started in 2018. It's run through 2019. It's now 2020, and we're still putting out episodes of the Danger Club podcast. That's pretty cool. That's pretty...
It is.
Do you know what? Colin, do you know what I think the coolest moment? Do you know what I think the best moment in the entirety of the Danger Club podcast?
Was it when Bubba joined? Was it when Ed Johnson?
Yeah, that was pretty good, actually. Ed Johnson was a really good one.
That was a really good moment. Oh, what about when April guested on episode 52?
That was also an amazing moment. Peak moment. I actually can't think of any other moment.
No, I can't think of any really massive moments.
Pretty forgettable NPCs.
Yeah. Do you know what I think the best thing about this podcast was?
Go on, mate. Go on. Say it.
It's the enduring way our friendships have grown during it. Yeah, judgy faces. Slag off my NPCs.
Change that. You weren't going to say that.
I love and treasure your friendships, and if any of you ever doubt that, I will end your world. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Danger Club podcast.
Twisty, I'm going to kill you and gloat over it, and then sort of be friends afterwards. Weird, sort of
Happy birthday, New Year.
Happy New Year.
Birthday, New Year.
I'm just saying happy birthday to the New Year.
Yeah.
Birthday to the new year. That's how all years have the birthday of 1st January. And horses.
Yeah, they do.
All horses have the birthday of January the 1st.
Why is that?
I don't know. I don't know
You
that
made
much.
that up.
No, it's a true fact. That is everywhere. A guy in a stable told me.
Do you remember?
Never trust a guy in a stable.
It's 2020.
Big other questions.
Since I know it's the year's birthday, but I have presents for all of you.
Really?
What?
Because we are starting a new year. Everyone except Scott, because
Is it
Scott
crit
gave me a mean
cards?
face a minute ago, so it's not no, I have for all of you. So, you may know that in Pathfinder 2nd Edition, one of the things that got rolled into the rules was a thing called hero points, which are rewards that you get when you do exciting things in the game that you can cash in for rewards along the way.
Whoop, whoop.
And there was some debate recently about the fact that you guys didn't have hero points in the new system. And there was a reason for me not giving them to you, other than sort of this inbuilt desire for you to fail at exciting moments. It was also because I wanted to save it for a kind of a cool thing. I'm really mean today. I don't know why this has happened. It's because it's January and the world's fallen apart. But what I've got, I wanted to wait until I could give you something befitting of your heroics. And so I am pleased to say that all of the members of the Danger Club podcast, all of the characters in the Danger Club, have now received a hero point. But it's not just a point. Ooh. It's one of these fancy tokens, which I am going to pass around right now.
Check that out.
These tokens can be cashed in for... Here you go, Drummond.
Oh, thank you.
There we are.
Got inspiration written on them.
They do. They're
Cool. You can fit a
Inspiration
D20
tokens.
in it.
They're like little poker chips.
Yeah. Hole.
You can put a D20
You can
inside
put a
of
D20
it.
inside it.
Isn't it good?
It fits a D20 inside of it.
Mine doesn't fit.
That would have been funny if it was James.
You all so you all have one of these. You will get more. You can get more. You can have up to 3. You will get more for when you do exciting things, and I remember to reward them to you. I have a little
Dan, how does it work? Do we throw them at you?
Yeah. So
If we want an extra roll or
you
something?
throw them at me. If you hit me hard enough to knock me unconscious, you can just DM the section for yourself and just explain what I know. So at any point you can cash in your chip to roll twice and take the better result on any dice roll. Or, and I'm going to hate letting you do this, you can cash it in on me when I'm about to make a dice roll and make me roll twice and take the worst result.
Yeah, boy.
Interesting.
And you may use them for each other. So you may gift your token to somebody for an important dice roll that they want to make.
Cool.
So one more time. That's really interesting. Run the hero point expenditure rules by us one more time. So we've got them and the Dangerlings have got them and everyone knows them.
All right. So spend your hero point. Cash in your chip. We'll come up with a cool word for them. Cash it in. You can either use it on your own roll to roll twice and take the better result, or you can use it on me to make me roll twice and take the worst result.
So we can immediately spend it to gain advantage on a roll or give to you disadvantage on a roll. And can you use it for anything else, like if we die?
If you die, I expect you to throw it at me. You could, if you do, you can. That includes things like flat checks to recover from dying. So you can give yourself advantage on those and massively increase that. Maybe by chatting to the Dangerlings as we go, we will come up with some other creative uses for them, or they might, as I'm half expecting on the Discord as soon as this episode drops, suddenly go, why on earth are you doing that? That's massively imbalanced in Pathfinder 2nd Edition. You don't know this game. Which is constant.
Wow. Sweetest Dangerling.
Yeah. Ideally, with the first answer, come up with creative uses for these inspiration points, which I'm immediately wanting to call danger points. I don't know about you.
Of course.
Danger points.
Here's my question, Dungeon Master. Can you tell us what exciting feats we got these particular points for?
What exciting feats you got these for?
I mean, so you say it's when you do something exciting, you get a hero point, right? Mm-hmm. So do you know individually what each of us in the last episode or so has done that?
It's mostly an introductory offer. They expire after 30 days, so
There's microtransactions thereafter.
It explodes after.
It's like a magazine where you can build Concord, and the first one's £2, and all sort of subsequent issues are £45. Now, I think
loads.
you all deserved one for successfully infiltrating the Church of the Living God, the Church of Razmir, because you've been done pretty well on it, and you may well need them because
we're in
deep
trouble
right now.
We're in deep. I mean, we might have just taken over the cult.
Yeah.
No.
What's the bet that all these hero points are gone within the next 20 minutes?
What are the bets that Folton uses his on something that involves drinking?
I mean, he's currently using it as either an asshole or a vagina. I'm not sure. Sticking his finger through it, looking pretty dirty. Obviously, the greatest use for it ever. It's very entertaining. If only all the Dangerlings could see. Hopefully, I've painted a wonderful picture for you.
I mean, I'm putting it up on the stories now.
Sweet.
That's
going to be really confusing.
It's going to be confusing for them for months.
So, if you're listening to this now, think back to something that happened on Instagram stories 4 months ago.
4 month foreshadowing.
Oh dear.
You won't ask anyway, Dangerlings. You'll be talking to us about Kinder Eggs still.
Fucking Kinder Eggs. Man, that blew up. Of all the discussion topics.
Talking about discussion topics that might blow up.
Nice segue.
Thanks very much.
That.
Cheers.
Real good.
Thank you very much. So I was discussing Shania's treatment on the battlefield by that. What was the name of that guy? Elvar, who tried to touch her up. I think I mentioned before that it affected me out of game. I was thinking about it the whole day on the way home, everything. So I got home and I was discussing it with my wife, and told her Shania's response, which of course is also my response as a player to what happened, which as we all know was to destroy his head, and to be sort of very angry, and she said that she was like, oh, interesting, yeah, if you're a woman it might have been different. I was like, but I am a woman, and obviously, but I'm not. So I am a man playing a woman. So it doesn't matter how much I sort of attempt to get into character in that situation. There's absolutely no way that I can respond as an actual woman, no matter how hard I try. And so I, had a question, and this is, I mean, this is a touchy area, but also one of the things that was, interests me most about playing Shania is that she has a different skin color, which she has hidden from people, and she is, a woman. Two things that I do not know anything about, but I'm hoping to sort of explore by playing the character. And here's one of the first times it's really genuinely come up. So I, was hoping to hear from female Dangerlings or anyone else to say, did you agree with Shania's response? Is it a good response? I mean, obviously we're playing in a fantasy world. We have to allow for a little bit of that. But is that my response as a male? Playing as a female, would there be other ways? Would there be subtler ways that people that actual women would respond to these things? I'm just interested to know, because I would like to know more, explore deeper about what is the correct, what other people would do. And obviously it's going to be different from woman to woman. We're all different people, but it just when Holly said to her sort of response to me saying how I reacted to it made me go, wow, this is interesting, and it's something I would like to hear a lot more about.
It's really interesting. Sorry, I didn't mean to jump in this.
Everyone's got a lot of stuff they want to say about it. Yeah,
I think it's good to check your privilege. That's all I was going to say. I think that is a massive example of that. Go on, Scott. Sorry about that.
The a question that I immediately want to ask, and I think maybe some of the Dangerlings will want to know, but you absolutely do not have to answer.
Yeah.
Did Holly say what her response would have been?
Yeah.
She said she would not have responded with violence.
Interesting.
She didn't give me. I mean, literally, like I was late home. She was already half asleep. I got into bed. I couldn't not talk about my day. She was half asleep. So we didn't go into a huge amount of detail about what her reaction would have been. But I did say would you have, and she said and I don't think I would have reacted with violence. I would have found another way.
Interesting.
To deal with the situation. I mean, part of that, of course, is that we're living in a fantasy violent world, and Shania as a character is pretty testy. So that might not make it. That's a whole nother thing. But yes, I found it interesting. She said she wouldn't have reacted with violence. So
Yeah, I think it's fair to say that Shania's a pretty violent character all round, especially when riled or if there's a cause. So I think it was a really natural response. But
I mean, I think ultimately we can all agree that the world is a better place with Elvar headless and fed to a giant snake.
True that.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Sometimes you explore gender politics in a weird way, and we do it by feeding NPCs to massive reptiles that then die in single combat with Karagor One Fang, slayer of monsters, hunter of beasts, and now teacher's pet.
Yeah,
I helped.
Plot twist. You
did
help. Fulton helped.
I can't remember now.
I think you took a couple of hits that would have killed Karagor. So.
Yes.
It was very helpful.
And now Karagor's in favour, so I wonder what's going to happen.
Who knows?
Well, with that in mind, shall we, Dan?
Young Skywalker, we shall watch your progress with great interest.
And then completely mishandled.
So, we are back in the Temple of the Living God, the Temple of Razmir, where you have been now for 2 days. It's the end of your second day. You spent your first day down in the prison cells. You spent your second day doing various jobs, which ended with you sneaking in through a locked door, and having a terrible run-in with a frightening snake, which you defeated. And Garthus has seemingly absolved Karagor of responsibility for it. He seems impressed with the ingenuity for dealing with it. And as a result, as things sort of calm down, you guys don't get anywhere near that door for the rest of the night. The cult are all over that part. There are various priests dealing with the massive dead snake that they now have to deal with. However, in the commotion, none of you are searched, so those of you who picked up some things from Folton, I think you picked up a few bits and pieces from the snake's lair.
Yes, I did. I've got them written on the back of
you
my
still have
sheet.
those. Nobody has taken those off you. So you are able to secrete those away.
Secrete them away.
Secrete.
Yes. That's a word.
Make
Why is it-
them
I thought
It's a
secrete is
genuine
like when you salivate.
No.
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 You
When
can
you
salivate.
make something secret.
So secrete
Secreted
or
about it.
secretion is what you're thinking of, is when your skin produces an oil. Or
You just thinking of Crete, the island.
a popular holiday destination with older UK residents.
You want to speak to Secrete, like he's a guy, like he's from
you
around.
thinking-
Maybe. Why
Get
not?
him to secrete.
Perhaps concrete, the building structure. Yeah,
And knowing it's half the battle.
we have a dictionary on the table
Or-
today.
or
Danglings.
reet.
Yeah.
Northern guy.
So, Fulton, did you manage to get stuff? It's been a while since I last recorded. Did you secrete anything?
Yeah, I did. I secreted a gold ring, a symbol with a paintbrush on it as a crest, a cloak.
I believe
It's a cloak of the City Watch, a bone wand, 18 silver pieces, 2 gold pieces, a pearl, and several paintbrushes.
and a partridge.
It's not, in terms of evidence, that's something, but it's not quite enough to damn a cult, is it?
No. It's a
obviously-
painter.
Yeah, there's
If
an artist.
If an artist had gone missing
Yeah.
in the local neighbourhood, then, sure, fine, we've got something, but it's still not quite enough, is it? Not
And
quite enough.
You've got your piece of paper you found in the meeting room with guard rotations on it.
Yeah.
Although, and we do have a handy haversack bag.
Yep.
It is hidden. And
it was
wand.
Yeah.
No weapons. We haven't got any weapons.
Got a bow
So,
wand.
We've got a bottle.
in terms of like rooms we haven't explored, there was beyond the walkway that overlooked the snake that we haven't gone in, and also past the cells we haven't gone in. Where we were stationed, there was another room that we haven't gone.
Yeah, so you
via
haven't done
the cell.
anything. Obviously, you've not been upstairs at all. You're pretty confident you've now explored the first floor, the ground floor completely.
Yeah.
So you know your way around the ground floor, and you've done about half, depending on how far it goes, of the lower level. You know your quarters in the lower level quite well, but you know that beyond the door that Karagor unlocked, where the snake pit was, you know that beyond the snake pit there was another door which you didn't go through. And you know that way also leads back to the prison cells that you were put in when you first arrived here. And you know that there is another door leading out of the prison cells that you've not been through.
Yep.
You are not going to be able to get near that tonight, however, because, like I say, it is very busy. And Krant comes wandering over to you as you're kind of dusting yourself off after the commotion has died down. Yes. Well, I hear you've been very busy. Good.
Yes. Who is he speaking to?
I was speaking to all of you.
Oh, yes. Yes, very busy.
Hey, we out here.
So busy.
Sorry, where are we?
You're standing just in the hallway outside the bedrooms at the moment.
Right, okay.
I've got some more work for most of you. You've still got another. Don't think it gets you all out of a job. Except for Danny. Well, Danny Karagor here, since you did so well in your training, and since Engarthis seems to like you for some reason, you're excused from this. Jimmy Twobeaks will be doing your share of the work on it, for mucking me around earlier.
What? Because I didn't fight?
Yeah, that's right. Because you didn't do what you was told to do.
I mean, sure.
That's one of the tenets of Razmir, is that you have to do what those who are above you tell you to do.
Yes, that's right, Jimmy. Razmir above all. Jimmy Twobeaks.
Yeah, Razmir above all.
So,
Yeah, Jimmy.
Yeah, Jimmy.
Danny, you can take the night off. But the rest of you, come with me upstairs to the meeting room. I've got transcription duties for you.
I thought. Well, I was there helping Karagor, brother.
That's right, he's Danny Karagor.
Brother,
so it's all right.
yeah, Danny Karagor. Well, it is brother Karagor actually, because Karagor.
Just about.
Just got away with that.
It seems like you over-explained what was a very simple point there.
I helped him, so could I be excused, brother Krant?
Make a diplomacy check. Let's see how...
Natural 20.
Is Bubba just going to be doing everyone's work by the end of this?
I suppose you're right. Brother Belder can take your work.
Aye, that's right, Brother Krant. Aye, Folton did help me quite a lot, and Brother Belder has done bugger all, so I think that is right. Well,
Aye, brother Belder.
All right, we'll talk about this later.
don't talk back, Belder. The second tenant is the ascended speaker's Razmir, so remind yourself of that when you speak in front of Brother Krant.
Aye, brother Belder.
Danny Karagor sort of sways a little because he's still pretty badly, chewed up by the snake. He's standing there with blood all over him. He's gone a bit pale. He's sort of swaying very lightly. Brother Krant, brother, do we have a special salute that we give each other when we see each other? I've been thinking I want to bow. I'm not sure if that's too much, or do I lower my head, or if we've got a special winged salute that we do? Or
Yes, I think you should bow.
okay, whenever I see you or
Me specifically, but anyone above you, which is everyone except for Naraya, Belder, and of course Jimmy Twobeaks. He just kind of scowls through his mask at Bubba.
Oh, very well.
Anyway, these two, enjoy your night off. You three, upstairs with me.
Thank you,
Yeah,
brother.
no problem. Hey,
right.
how did you deal with the body?
Don't worry about that. The body's still inside the snake. I'll have to work out what to do with the snake, but that's in Garth's problem, not mine.
Okay.
So, for those of you who have been injured, you are brought some healing potions by other members of the council. So you can put yourself back up to full hit points. That's fine. They do. They see to your wounds. They don't do any. They don't do any magical healing. They just bring you potions. Go ahead and make a religion. Are either of you trained in religion?
I am not.
I am also.
Is anyone trained in religion? You can make a bardic lore check if you want, Bubba.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah, go ahead, make
I'm trained. I've got 1 point in religion.
Yeah, okay, go ahead and...
Natural 20.
Natural 20. So it's weird to you that if they're priests, they don't cast healing spells. They just give out potions.
Right.
Maybe they haven't got them prepared. Maybe they're saving them. But yeah, all the other priests you've met just use magical healing. So that seems a bit weird.
Do you not use spells for your healing?
I don't think we're there.
No, I'm just saying.
No, you saw it from like as you're walking away. You saw them being handed out. Krant and shut up, Jimmy.
I'm just wondering, like, when I've seen, like, in my own, like, trips across the world, just wondering.
You're in enough trouble as is. Don't start questioning things. They're not worthy of magical
I'm
healing.
just trying to learn from your, you know, what's it called? Your knowledge. I just want to learn from you because obviously I messed up and I'm trying to make it better, Krant. Do you know what I'm saying?
Go ahead and make a diplomacy check. Let's see if you can win Krant around a little bit.
That is a really good roll. 28.
28. Krant sort of thinks for a moment and goes, well, that's appreciated, but don't think you can fuck up to me that much. Come on, let's see how well you do in your work.
Thank you, brother Krant.
So we'll stick with the book team first, and we'll see how they get to. So Naraya, Belda, and Jimmy Twobeaks are all taken upstairs to the meeting room. So this is where you met. This is where you found the note when you were cleaning. So it is a well-decorated room. There are high cushioned chairs there. There's a big table in the middle. There are paintings of Razmir hanging up all around of him, slaying various beasts and taming natural disasters and things. You're sat down, and there are some piles of books there, and you can see there are some tomes that are unfinished. So it's a transcription duty. Basically, they have lots of books of Razmir, of his great deeds, and the jobs of the acolytes are to copy them out so that they have more copies of it. So it is something that you are put in charge of. You are each given a pile of books to work through, which you must start working through during the night. Naraya, you are given. I'm just calling you all by your pseudonyms now.
Probably best.
Naraya, you're given a sort of a smallish pile, whereas Velda and Bubba have just a huge pile of 2 people's worth of books that they have to work through.
Splendid. Do we roll for this?
Yes, you do. It is an intelligence check to see how good you are at copying them.
I'm gonna cock it up now. So
16 from
it's your plus. It's just
Naraya.
a base plus ability score, yeah.
Yeah.
16.
16 for Shania, 16 for Velda and Bubba.
Natural 1.
Oh no,
Jimmy Twobeaks.
So
I never went to school.
He just fell asleep on the books. Just made it a nest.
So in the first hour of working on it, Shania finishes all of her transcription. Velda, you get about halfway through yours, so you finished the what would have been all of yours if you hadn't had Folton's as well. Bubba, you mess it all up and have to start again from scratch. You realise you've been copying the wrong bit and have to start again.
Okay.
So after an hour, Shania, you are released, and you can go back downstairs. The 2 of you are left upstairs. It is now. There are now only 9 hours until you will have to get up in the morning. So if you fail this check, then you will not be getting a full night's sleep. So
It's time to use that hero point.
Yeah, right.
I need to get a good night's
For the
sleep.
books.
Yeah. Oh, I got the same again. 16.
16. Velda, you finish your double workload in plenty of time.
Thank you, Fulton.
Bubba,
I rolled a 2.
Poor Bubba. So he's going to be so tired.
Jimmy no sleeps.
Velda, you finish just as you're getting quite tired, and you sort of push the book aside. Krant collects the work, says, "Well done. Well, I'm going to have a drink," and heads downstairs with it. He says, "2 weeks. I don't want to. I want to come back and find this all done in a few hours."
You got it, Krant.
And he leaves you to it.
Do you know what? As Velda's sort of pats Bubba on the back, and as he's walking out the door, he just sort of looks back and is like, and he goes back down. And he sits next to Bubba. He's like, "Give me half the books.
Oh, Velda.
Let's get this done and go to bloody bed."
And the two of you
Thanks, mate.
begin working through the night. So, Fulton and Danny Karagor, would you like to do anything with your time? You've got a couple of hours before you need to be in bed, so you've got a bit of time if you want to do anything, or you can just relax and then go to bed if you want to. Krant has not given you your bottle of wine that you were promised.
Oh yeah, no, he did.
What? No,
didn't
he did.
No,
No,
he
fought-
did.
oh,
And
did
then
he?
you
Okay.
smashed
Fought a
it
snake
over
with
the-
it.
Yeah.
That was it. Yes.
It still hasn't broken.
Yeah,
as far as I remember.
That's it. You got it covered in snake blood.
Wow, I'm keeping it. With the last time we went on a little solo explore, it didn't go so well. However, this time is potentially precious. Is there anywhere we could get to in a couple of? Well, we could get to a lot of places in a couple of hours. We're not
Can we
being
go
watched.
beyond the jail cell?
Like I say, so to get
Oh,
to
you said you won't be able to get
do
there.
bear
in
in
the
mind,
evening.
like the place is now a hive of people
yeah,
up and
it's
about.
on high alert. So the if we call the kind of if we say there are two halves to the lower levels, there's the bit where you can all go, where the kitchens and the bedrooms and the dining room are. That's fine. You can wander around there freely, and you can go up the stairs onto the first floor. Okay. By the stairs, there is a big iron door, which is the one that Karagor picked the lock of. And behind that is where things like the snake pit and the cells and the doors you haven't been through, they're all behind there. That area is now pretty active.
Okay.
There are heralds coming and going. There are priests coming and going as they deal with this big dead snake-sized problem.
Let's go up on the first floor.
To find what?
I don't know. Have we looked all over there?
Have we been on the first floor?
You've cleaned it quite a bit, so you have been around there a bit. You haven't gone upstairs to the second floor at all.
That's where I found the guard shift pattern notes.
Let's go to the second floor.
No, not the second floor.
I know, but we haven't been up to the second floor.
Just
What the
out
iron
of
the iron
character.
door with the snake? Which floor was that on?
That was the basement.
That's the
Yeah,
floor
and
below
so-
us.
Yes, that's the floor you're on at the moment.
Floor we're
So
on
the
at the
basement
moment.
is where all the accommodation is. The first floor is where stuff like the worship hall and the meeting rooms and the courtyard, they're all first. It's American size, ground floor.
Yeah.
That's where all that stuff is, and then the floor above that, the upper floor, you have not been to at all.
And just out of character, I seem to remember those doors were guarded by guards.
So
weren't they?
there were the only way you've seen to get up onto the upper floor is a staircase in the worship hall, which is the actual ceremonial staircase that you stood on the first step of when you were
Oh, and they said that
inducted.
we can't go up there.
And they said you are not
okay.
permitted to
All right.
go beyond
Um,
the first step. And at the top there is a big mask of Razmir, and you can see that there are alcoves. Presumably there is more up there.
Can I go to the nearest brother, or like whoever's around?
Yeah.
Brother Karagor, come with me. We should find out about the if there's any painters been recently deceased or anything.
Yeah. Sorry, that's just that character. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, the potions and the snake bite left me a little weird, mate. A little bit. Brother Fulton.
Aye.
Fulton?
Yeah,
Karagor looks
with a
questioning.
U.
Of course. Aye.
Obviously.
It's a good cover, that, mate.
Thank you, Brother Karagor.
I mean, it's Danny Karagor, isn't it?
Yes,
Call me Danny.
Jamie Karagor.
No, that's not what I'm saying. That's you're just picking a different word. I mean, Karagor with two, Danny Karagor. That's my name. It's my full name. Isn't it?
Aye, Danny Karagor.
You're dribbling a little bit on that last word there.
I think I got some poison in me, I think.
It's pretty where I tripped you up earlier out in the yard. You all right, by the way? Took a beating then, didn't you? You just kept getting up, mate. You kept coming back at me. I thought you were...
Well, it sort of helped me a bit as well.
You need to get some stuff out there, Jim.
Aye. What a better than the strongest man I know.
Hey, you're stronger than me, Folton. I don't mean your muscles, mate.
Thanks, Karagor.
If you ever want to punch me in the face, I'm game for it. I haven't told anyone to punch me in ages. And that was a bit of a surprise, punching me in the face, that one out there. Although I did mostly punch you in the face. So, if you ever want to again, I'd love to, mate. I'd love to, if that can help. If that can help, bloody hell. Oh, Gorham's balls, that'd be great if I could help you like that.
Thanks, Karagor.
Right, let's go question this about this painter then.
Okay, you go. You find one of the other acolytes, who's washing up all of the dishes and things from dinner. It is Sister Bishop. You ascertain after you speak to her. Yes.
Hail, sister.
Yes.
Sister Bishop.
Yes.
Is your name?
Yes, that's my name.
It's not your title.
No.
No, you're not a sister and a bishop. Your name is Sister Bishop.
My name's Bishop. That's my name.
Is that your first name or your second name or?
It's like Madonna.
Like a Brazilian football player.
Just got one name.
Oh, okay, all right.
It's good work here, boys. Really good espionage.
Back to the book club.
I really treasure this. Really treasure this conversation we're having here. This is.
How long have you been here, Sister Bishop?
I've been here a year.
Which step are you on?
That's a very personal question.
I apologise. I've only been here a while, and I got bitten by a snake earlier. My head's all in one place.
Did you hear about that?
We all heard about it.
So they feed that snake.
I didn't know we had that there. I'd heard rumours that it was a monster. Didn't know it was actually real.
He's not no more.
What were you doing down there?
We had to dump a body, but my friend slept.
Did he? Which body?
We had to dump a body of work out in the yard. There was a large amount.
No, a body. It was the animal, the rotten animal that was in the yard.
That and the paperwork.
Also, surely they would know that somebody, like you would know if someone died in this.
Well, we'll find out, because I would super love some bluff checks.
You're gonna say bluff.
Deception.
Aye.
Aye, that's not good. 8.
An 8!
17.
And a 17. She kind of looks between the two of her. A dead animal.
Aye. A bird.
A what?
A bird.
A bear or a beard
Just
or a
Folton
bird?
sounding very French today.
A bird. I put a bird in the snake pit.
A bird flew and then smashed into the side of the wall and crushed its head, and so Grant asked us to clean it up, and so he told us to go down
Two of you to pick up a dead bird.
It landed on a load of Krant's paperwork.
It was a big bird.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're rare. Have you ever heard of a beard?
It's got a beard.
I've actually got quite a lot of washing up to do.
Have you heard of... Has there been any painters that have come here recently? Any initiatives that were painters?
No, I don't think so. It was the worship hall was redecorated a few months ago.
By who?
Well,
it looks good.
I don't know. He probably signed it. The artists tend to sign their work, don't they? I don't really look at it. I look at the glory of Razmir.
Yes.
Aye. Razmir above all, sister.
Razmir. He's our man. If he can't do it,
Aradin can. Sorry. Sorry. I mean, anyway, never mind. Thank you, Sister Bishop, for your time.
thank you, Bishop.
What's your immediate chore next?
After I've done this, I'm going to bed.
Okay, well...
Would you like some help?
What, go into bed?
No, no, clean it. Washing up so you can get done and you can go to bed.
Aye, we've been relieved of chores, Sister Bishop. It seems only beneficial that we should use our wealth of time to help a fellow sister in need.
Well, I'm not going to turn down help if you're offering.
Yeah.
All right. So you help Sister Bishop finish the washing up. I'm not going to make you roll for that, but you help means you all finish it quite quickly, and she heads off to bed. As you go into the back into the dining area to sort of pick up the last few plates to get in, you find that Krant is sat in there. He's pulled his mask up. You've already seen his face before. He's got a big sort of saggy, jowly face. And he is drinking heavily from it. He's got another couple of his bottles of wine, and he's been ploughing through that. He's quite drunk, and when you try to go to take a glass away, he kind of snatches it away from you. Leave it, and just carries on. You sort of, on the urging from Bishop, you sort of leave him to his drinking, and when you go. Well, it's up to you. You can stop and talk. You can try and talk to him if you want.
Wasn't going to talk to him. I was going to just eye Folton and then remain in the, not necessarily in the area, but around to see if he falls asleep while drunk in a chair.
He does indeed fall asleep after. By the time you finished your washing up, he is fast asleep, face down on the table.
And is there anyone else around?
There is nobody else around in the room. He's on his own.
And is he wearing any keys?
He does seem to have some keys on his belt.
Ding, 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 ding.
Okay, that's
you do it because I'm not sneaky.
Fulton just charges.
I'll get it.
Did you say the painting is in this hall?
No, she's talking about the worship hall, which is where you were all sworn in. She said that was redecorated recently.
Okay, so if we go past there, I'll do a perception check to have a look.
You do know by now that you are permitted to wander around on the ground floor. So you can leave the basement and walk around. You're not allowed upstairs. But if you want to go to it's sort of understood. If people want to go and pray, they're allowed to go at any time.
I sort of... There's no one in the kitchen area.
No.
So I'll go to the door that that leads to this dining room, dining hall, and I keep a watch while Karagor does.
And you keep an eye out. There is no one about it. It is nighttime.
Is there any way of not taking 10? Because I'm not under any time pressure necessarily.
No.
Can I just take his keys?
It is a thievery check to take his keys. He is at a big penalty because he is asleep.
Okay. Karagor just
But you can't take 10 or 20 on it because there are consequences for failing. So you have to.
Okay, that's fair. Karagor and Folton exchange looks, and then Folton goes off, and then Karagor very gently, very quietly tries to lift the keys.
Okay.
From drunk Krant. Oh yes. That is a total of 29.
A 29. You lift the keys silently from his belt and hide them amongst your robes and then slip back out of the room without waking him up.
Fuck yes. Amazing. Awesome. Okay, that's progress. Cool. I'll go back and rejoin Fulton and give him a nod.
At this point, Shania comes wandering down the stairs, having finished her work for the night.
Hey, fellas, what's happening?
Oh, hail, Sister Naraya. Hail and bask in the presence of Razmir. How you doing? You alright?
Yeah, I'm feeling a little touchy, but better than I was. What's happening with you guys? Is that Krant?
No, he's in the. So you've gone back outside. You're not standing around his sleeping body. Like you slipped back out the room just so that.
Just talking over his unconscious. This is Krant. Oh, really?
Yeah, right. Just jangling the keys in front of him.
So, what's happening with you guys?
We were just admiring the worship. We're going into the worship hall.
Yeah, you can go up to the worship hall.
I walk with Naraya towards where Fulton's gone to the worship hall. We were just going to admire the worship hall.
You make your way.
Okay.
You
do
make
some
your way
fake
up
praying.
the stairs.
I'm down for that.
You make your way up the stairs through the meeting room where Bubba and Valda are poring over books, burning the midnight oil.
Valda's actually quite enjoying it. He quite enjoys books and writing.
Imagine his kind of thing. It is not The books are not hugely interesting if you go through. They are exactly what you expect. They are lots of books about how awesome Razmir is and how great it is to worship him and how everyone should do that and how he's better than the other gods. And
any particular stories in there that are amazing?
I mean, really, like you get the.
Did he pick up a mountain or anything?
He apparently he passed the test of the Starstone. So in the city of Absalom, there was a great stone called the Starstone, a big meteorite that fell from the heavens.
Right.
The god Aradon lifted it from the seabed and created and became a god in the process and created the Isle of Kortos where it rests. It sits in a temple there in the middle of a labyrinth. If you are able to navigate it and pass whatever test it is when you reach it, then you can become a god. And only a few people have ever done it. Caden Kalian is one of them, who Bubba follows.
The drunk god.
The drunk god. He did it on a drunken bet. He doesn't remember how he did it. There are others who have done it, and Razmir is one of the ones who passed that. And the book is all about how he did it. And his great achievements and things.
So this book, it's one of those books that people hand out on the streets. Yeah. Okay, trying to get new people.
It's that kind of thing, and you guess that's why they need lots of copies of it, is they hand them out to people. So the rest of you go through and head into the worship hall. You pass through the sort of the main antechamber outside it, where there are a couple of priests standing guard, but they just kind of nod to you as you go past and open the door for you. They don't pay you much mind. And you go into the worship hall.
Yeah, can we have a look at look at the actual artistry and then also see if there's a signature?
So there are 4 murals on the wall depicting the great achievements of Razmir. So you can see Razmir passing the test of the Starstone. You can see Razmir holding back an earthquake. You can see Razmir founding the nation of Razmaran, and you can see Razmir standing atop the world with people adoring him. I would like a religion check from all of you.
Can I ask, whilst we do that, what he looks like, what he's depicted as?
He is depicted very similar to you. He's wearing robes and he's wearing a mask. So the mask is supposed to be the symbol of him. So you all effectively look like Razmir.
Did you roll?
Okay, so I mean,
Bubba's abandoned you to it.
What? Seriously, you just go off and
he's like, cheers, mate.
Thanks, mate. See you later.
No, Bubba's still up. I just thought I'd roll just because.
And what did you roll?
Oh, I rolled a 1. So if I was in the room,
you got that natty 20, and now it's just.
I didn't bring my own dice today, Dangerlings.
That's amazing.
So going back to this orange one,
11.
which used to be good.
16.
8.
Yeah, back to the story.
Give it a rub.
Okay, so
the dice.
So Shania, you notice something strange about the murals.
There's something strange about the murals.
As you examine them closely, you can see that they're not uniformly positive. They depict Razmir in performing great deeds, but in some of the crowd scenes, you can see some people in the crowd are looking with looks of fear or scorn at Razmir. They're quite small, but you'd have to look very carefully to see it. But the artist has obviously left a sort of a note in there that they're not entirely uniform. And after a little bit of searching, you do find a signature. They are signed by someone called Otherlan.
Just Otherlan, that's all.
Otherlan is the name that is signed.
It's like Bishop.
So artistic.
And Madonna, yeah. Prince.
So this guy, he
intentionally left some things that were discovered upon later by the church.
He was not necessarily the biggest fan of Razmir, this artist.
No, well, to come in here, he wouldn't have had to have been a member of the cult, would he? So
no, yeah. The only people that has been inside that was not a member of the cult.
And then he was killed.
And he was
killed.
Yeah,
for
dangerous.
his transgressions against Razmir.
Yeah.
Dan, how old there was bones, right? When I was searching through stuff. How old were the bones when I was there? Would I have to?
It's a medicine check, really, to know how old they are.
Good thing that I'm not trained in it.
Dr. Fulton.
No, 9.
Don't call him.
Yep, they're bones.
No, actually, that was a 6. Even worse.
Hand that stuff right to Naraya.
Yeah,
Have a
I've
good look at that.
extremely high
yeah,
on my medicines.
But I don't think you
We
took the
go-
bones, did you?
No,
No, I didn't take the bones. But
we're-
you'd surely know by the age of the items, maybe, like because there's a cloak.
We'd have to do this like in private as well.
Yeah.
We're looking at bones out in the open here.
Like, he didn't take any bones. He just gave.
No, I
when he
didn't
was
take
in the
any.
den.
Oh, you were
specific-
rolling
I
that
was just
in-
doing.
you were rolling
in
that in
retrospect.
retrospect.
Yeah, because
Oh,
I
okay,
was just
so-
like remembering. I was like,
Fine.
Because there were a lot of bones.
I
down
didn't
there.
really. But I mean, you could find out via the cloak and the age of the. Like.
Well, presumably the cloak would be
maybe.
owned by someone other than the artist because it was a City Watch cloak.
Oh yeah, that was the City
so
Watch
that,
one.
that could be someone who's poking around.
Is the artistry good? Is it like?
Yeah.
So this artist is going to have been quite well known wherever they were from. Like, if they're good and they got asked to come in here and do this thing, they're going to have been like pretty okay.
Yeah.
So they might have made a big deal. So when they went missing,
You think about the token that you found as well, and have a look at that. It's a token with a sort of symbol of a paintbrush, something on it. Give me an intelligence check. Anyone on the theory of you who's looking at that, who wants to try and have a think about it.
I'll have a go.
Actually, you can do wisdom. Sorry, not intelligence.
Oh, does that mean I can roll it again?
No.
can I do intelligence instead of wisdom?
Yeah, if you like.
I got 4. So.
6.
6, 4,
16.
16. Shania, to you, this looks like Shania's bossing it, this adventure.
Yeah, Karagor starts trying to eat the token. I'll put my one fang on it. It might reveal some secrets.
You reckon it looks like a guild badge. You reckon this might have been a guild artist.
This is a guild badge. Here's from it's a guild of the artists.
Do you know, is that guild located here in Nermouth?
Can I make?
You don't know for sure, but you know guilds tend to be regional, so there's every chance that Tamaran has an artist's guild.
There is indeed a high chance that there is one here in the city.
So they would have been looking for him, and they'd also have leverage in the city. This gets bigger and bigger.
It does. So now we have some evidence.
Is that? Okay, what?
I mean,
Yeah, at that point, Karagor just nods and then sort of indicates, like slowly with his head, that the conversation should be had elsewhere.
Do you want to give me a perception check?
It's too late. It's too late.
I was thinking, just as that came, I was like,
Natty 20. So all in all, 29 with a natural 20.
So it's perception. It's 29 for Fulton, Karagor.
Could we say that I was trying to be stealthy so I could use my stealth instead?
That's a fail for Karagor.
No, it's actually quite good
it's
anyway.
It's not initiative, don't worry. It's not
Okay,
initiative.
well, either way, it's a dirty 20. So
Dirty 20. Okay, cool. So Karagor's fine.
24.
And a 24. So all of you, just as you're about to have this conversation, your eyes are drawn up to the staircase, and it's quite good that you've got dark vision, because standing in the shadows at the very top of the staircase on either side of the mask, you can see there is a priest of Razmir who are standing very still and watching. They almost look like statues, and they're definitely supposed to be in shadow, so it's supposed to be quite hard to see them. But you realise that they are at the top of the stairs and are able to see and probably hear quite well what is going on in the worship hall. So you kind of pull yourselves up before you have too much, before you talk too much. You realise you are being watched.
which is
so
glorious.
These are really good images.
They make me want to pray to Razmir. Shall we all pray here together now?
Yeah, let's do that.
All right.
Danny Carrigan nods at Naraya, drops to his knees, and prostrates
All
himself in
hail
front of the particularly
the living
impressive-looking one.
Yeah. Razmir, Yazimir, Zorozimir, Yazimir, Zorozim.
Stopped an earthquake. Razmir is so powerful he holding a mountain. Dio said requiem in Razmir. He once summoned a swarm of bees that licked me on the face. Karagor's rocking back and forth.
And then we whack each other on the head with a book. and we walk out.
I tell you what, it's like it's 1993 and I'm listening to Enigma. That's
as we go. As we go like out of the eyesight of the guards, I'm gonna give Shania the bone wand and go, I don't know if this is magical, but you might want to see what this does.
Oh, thank you very much. Can I check it out?
you can.
I mean, it's an arcane.
No, actually,
item
well,
that you're giving to the druid.
Do we know it's arcane?
Is it?
I mean, it's a wand.
It's an Arcana check.
Oh, yeah, that's not really me. This is
Here
not
you go,
really my
Shania.
style.
Power, legion of zombies.
there you go, Shania. You're magical.
Yeah, I am, but it's different kinds of magic. I will bring this over.
That's
I
weird.
think.
Well, what kind of magics are there?
Well, there are 4 kinds of magic. One of them is arcane, which is this one.
There's one of them which is occult, there's one which is divine, and one which is primal.
Oh,
I am the primal. I'm from the land, you know.
Suddenly, something occurs to you. Make a religion check.
Kind of magic.
18.
It's a wand of bless.
What?
It's a wand of bless. It's a divine wand.
Oh, it's divine.
Not a Velda wand.
It's actually, this is a wand of bless.
Because yes, there are 4 types of different magics, and not every wand would be an arcana
so
wand.
I'm right. I was right to give it to you.
In this particular case, yeah.
Why do you even doubt
that's
yourself
really
in the
my
slightest,
field.
Fulton?
You used to say this as you walk out of the worship hall past the other acolytes, and they hear you say, I was right to give it to you. And they both kind of just look and then just turn and go back to their duties as you wander back through the room.
Karagor Trek goes back and says, what? He was only trying to give her his bone wand. Never mind.
You walk back through the room where Velda and Bubba are still working on the books.
Nerds.
So how do you, what? So what? How do I do it?
Well, look, just grip it in your friendly talons.
Right.
And just move it smoothly across the page.
I like how this is the entire time.
God, we're going to be here all night.
He's only 13.
Yes.
Yes, you're doing well. Doing well.
It's fully grown for a thing.
Yeah,
I can imagine.
He's an adult. He's an adult.
The
Like
stack of books
He's
by
only
Velda's like up to the ceiling, and the ones by Bubba's like a couple of one of the.
God, I've done a couple now. Like,
Yeah, you're doing well. Yes, very good. Yes.
So,
I'm so tired.
Naraya, Danny Karagor, and Folton, it's about time for you to head to bed, having done your things. So you head back down to their bedrooms. Belda and Jimmy Twobeaks, you eventually finish. With help, it doesn't take... Like, you're pretty sure if Bubba had been left on his own, you would have been working all night. You would still be going the next morning. But you are able to finish it, at least. You stagger downstairs, and all of you are able to get some sleep before you are woken up again with the sunrise by the same bell that woke you up the last time. Velda and Bubba, you are both fatigued because you have not had a full night's sleep. The other 3 of you, you are all right. So you have, I believe it's a -1 to AC and to attack rolls.
Is there a condition card?
There is a condition card for that. So we will go over to the condition card man who will sort those out for you.
He totally wasn't on his
Card
phone
man.
and not paying attention.
Can I very quickly ask Dan,
Yes.
a wand of bless, what would that do?
So it allows you to cast the Bless spell. Which you can use it once per day with a wand. So in second edition, all wands are 1 use per day.
Okay.
Do they not have a limit?
No, they have no charge limit. They recharge every day. But the trick is you can use it once per day happily. Or unhappily, but you can just use it once per day. I'm not going to tell you how to feel. But if you want to use it a second time, you can try and use it a second time. You have to make a flat check. So roll a d20. I think it's a 50-50 chance. If you fail it, the wand breaks and is permanently destroyed. So you can keep risking it, but basically it's a 1 use per day item. And it lets you cast the Bless spell. Which
What's bless? Or should we look that up?
Let's look that up in a minute.
All right,
grab we can grab the rule books and we can find that. So let me run you through how things go for day 2. So day 2 runs much the same as day 1.
That was all on day 1?
Well, this is day 2 technically, because day 1 you were in the prison cells. That was day 2. So this is day 3. We'll call this day 3. You wake up, you have your simple breakfast, water, old fruit.
the old fruit.
The old fruit. Jimmy Twobeaks and Belda looking pretty tired. You do some simple labour in the yard again, so you unload some more crates, and you bring in some more food. It's becoming weird that like this good quality food is being brought in, but you're only being served bad food. So you guess the good food goes somewhere else in the temple. You have some morning prayers, and then you're set to your cleaning. While you are in the process of cleaning downstairs, you find Krant furiously searching around the dining room, picking up chairs, looking under things. He looks around for the whole thing, then turns toward you. Have you? Never mind, nothing.
What is wrong, Brother Krant?
Can we help you, Brother
Have you
Krant?
found anything? Did you find anything while you were cleaning?
No, quite a lot of dust.
At all.
Dust. Did you?
When I was cleaning, I found further enlightenment in the joy of basic tasks in honor of the great Razmiran.
He just glares at you like he just hates you so much in this moment.
Is that a joy you would wish to share in with me, Brother Krant?
Yes, Brother Danny.
Is there a problem, Brother Krant?
Nothing you need to concern yourself with. There's a visiting dignitary upstairs. One of you, who's the most presentable?
Me.
I'm looking pretty good.
I'm looking pretty good.
I feel quite
And I am
tired.
eager to please, Brother Krant.
I think we are all eager to please you, Brother Krant.
Jimmy,
Well, you're really taking this religion, aren't you, Fulton?
Jimmy Two Beaks, here. Take the platter of wine upstairs for the guest.
You got it, Krant.
And the rest of you go back to your cleaning. And he goes back to searching around the room. Bubba, you take the platter, and he points upstairs to the meeting room where you've been doing your transcription the next day. You go up and pull the curtain aside. There is a herald. There is a herald sat at the table, so one of the people in black robes with the mask. It might be Ngarthis, although as soon as they talk, you realise it is not. Sat across from them is somebody wearing a brown cloak pulled tight over their costume. Give me a perception check.
I believe it's quite good, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, 25.
25, cool. So you notice two things. You notice it's a woman of middle age with brown hair, and you notice that they are wearing armour, and you see an emblem of the City Watch on it. They are sat at the table. You can see they've gone to great pains to try and hide this. The herald passes a bag across the table. And you see the woman look in it. She barely acknowledges you. Neither of them really acknowledge you as you come in. You see, this is sort of a thing of the masks. It means you're kind of faceless. So she looks in the thing and says, "These are Razmiri coins. What am I going to do with those?" The herald replies, "Simple enough. It's Razmiri silver, but as long as you don't go flashing it around to people, I'm sure you'll find some way of spending it. Just keep it quiet. Don't go showing it off." She nods and pulls it tight, puts it back in, puts it down to her belt, and then turns and just takes the wine from the goblet and sips it. The herald looks at you and says, "That'll be all."
Yes, brother.
Nice one, brother. You head back down the stairs.
As I'm shutting the curtain. I said, nice one, brother.
As you get downstairs, so you rejoin the others.
Okay.
And you
I regale this information to everyone.
We're going to discuss this over afternoon prayers, and as you come out of the temple to head for training in the courtyard, a herald is standing waiting for you. You realise quite quickly it's Ngarthis. Ngarthis says, "Brothers and sister." Nice.
Oh, shit.
Why?
Is it good? Is it bad? Who knows?
Forgive the interruption, but I believe this requires your attention.
If you ever believed Captain America was on the U.S. Olympic soccer team.
If you ever thought that the Winter Soldier was that brace yourselves guy on the internet.
And if you ever wondered just what would a raccoon do with a machine gun.
Then don't let another week pass you by without
recommendations on what to pick up on New Comic Book Day.
Official consulting hours are between 8 and 5 every other Thursday.
That's Mighty Marvel Geeks on WeeBieGeeks.net, iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, and anywhere else you listen to podcasts.